Okay, thank you for tuning in to Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed. The purpose of this video is to show you how to use this book. This may be a long video, but it's going to be a very detailed video. We're going to show you how to use this book because that's one of the questions that people have once they receive the book. I can't take it for granted that I'm experienced at what I do. I've been in the business for over 15 years. So I want to make it as easy as possible so that you guys understand the roadblocks that you will have once using this book. Because there are going to be some roadblocks. One of the main things I want to let you know is that the companies are going to try to divert you from using this information. They're going to send you bogus letters to say that this is not your information or you didn't write these letters. I've seen it happen. So what you have to do is you have to be diligent, and at times you may have to cut and paste information from one letter to the next in order to make it make sense. But please be advised, this is a fight. They want to keep you enslaved to debt, and you have to be very diligent in order to make this and accomplish and complete the mission of ridding yourself of these credit sharks putting unverified information on your credit reports. So let me get to it. This is the Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed book. Now, pretty much everything in the book is self-explanatory. You read it, you go to killbadcredit.com, you pick up the book. Now, the main thing is after you read the information and you actually purchase the book, you're going to get a download. It's going to be your enhanced bonus letters. Okay, and in this folder, which I'm going to pull the folder over to my screen, you're going to see a series of letters right in the folder. All right, so let me see. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm bringing it over here. Hold on. You should be able to see it now. So you're going to see all of these letters. 609, debt validation letter, affidavit of truth, conditional acceptance, debt collector, intent to sue, dispute letter for state taxes, enhanced validation letter, free credit report request, section 609 letter second, to remove inaccurate information. These are all of the tools that you need in order to get that score to a 700 plus when you're dealing with the credit bureaus. Now, I want you guys to realize that in the beginning, when I first structured this book with the correct documentation, I wanted to be a couple of step process. So what we're going to do now is we're going to eliminate a few of these letters. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because there's no need to be nice and try to kind of smooth it on. You want to pour the fire on them right away. You want to give them the ammunition and knock their block off in the first letter. All right, so what you want to do is take, for instance, the debt validation letter, and I'll show it to you very quick. And, and like I said, this will help you. I'm not sure. You got to give it a minute. It's kind of slow. And the 609 debt validation letter. Now, at one point, we were using this letter to constantly have success in this situation. And it's taking a little bit longer than normal, so what I'm going to do is just bear with me while it comes up. As you can see, I got an old version on my Mac here. But this letter right here is a great letter to start with. Because this letter gives them everything that they need. Now, of course, you can see it on the screen. You might not be able to see all the words. But I'm going to tell you that this letter right here will help you in your disputes. This is a letter that was sent to Hunter Warfield Collections. And have you seen in the video that Hunter Warfield Collections couldn't validate the debt? But this is one of the letters that was used. I think I took out the letters I didn't want you guys to use, so I think all the letters should be pretty solid right now. Now, you're going to get some pushback from the credit bureaus about these letters. This is all law. This is all legal. This is all lawful. And what you want to do is use this letter first. Okay? You want to put your date, the name of the collection agency or debtor or creditor, put their address, put the account number from you, your address, and the creditor's name. And you want to just plug in all of your debts in dispute. After you put the name in, you want to put debts. you know, that I'm disputing these debts. I put the debts right here, on each. So if you have a TransUnion credit report, you're not going to put the debts from TransUnion, from Experian on a TransUnion credit report. So you would mail this letter separately to each credit bureau. So this would be, let's just say, for example, if it's TransUnion. Union. All right, so this goes to TransUnion, dispute department. Or if it's identity theft, it's fraud department. So you will put regarding, and on your credit report, you're going to put the account number, the name of the company, the account number for each item that you're disputing right here. So, for example, account number 7875555555, or I should say that account capital 1, for example, 78555555. And also, one thing I want to make sure that you are aware, for example, if it is a TransUnion credit report, you want to be able to put the number that's actually on the credit report so they can identify the actual credit report that's coming, that you're using to make a dispute. So if the credit report has a confirmation number or some type of report number on it, in this case we're going to say it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ABC. That's the number that will be on your credit report that you want to attach and add to your letters in regards to also the debts. You want to make those debts that you pull directly from the credit report. You want to put those debts on your letter. So you got Capital One. Let's see, you got Wells Fargo. Let's see, 456733221 ABC. And whatever debts you have, etc., you're going to put those right there. Regarding, and I always put this disputed disputed debts. Okay, and then you just plug in the information and let the letters do everything that it needs to do. All right, sincerely, put your name and you're done. All right, that's what you want to do with this particular letter. Now here's the thing. What's really crazy is that you're going to get, don't save it, you're going to get a lot of pushback from different companies. They're going to say, hey, we're not doing anything for you because this is not your letter. So you continue to send the letter and let them respond with that nonsense. If they do not comply with you, then you fill out what is called the affidavit of truth. And you want to send all of your letters, the affidavit of truth and facts. Okay, and this letter right here, you're going to take it to the next level. You're going to put in all the debts. You're going to recap. I guess one thing I didn't. Let me go back to the letter because this is very important. The certified mail number, people, is very important. So once you get your certified, before you put the letter in the mail and seal the envelope, you want to take 2 copies. One copy for yourself for each credit bureau. So if you're mailing out letters to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, then you're going to have 2 letters for TransUnion, 2 letters for Experian, 2 letters for Equifax. One is going to be that you're going to put in the mail, and one is going to be for you to retain a copy of it. Now, right here, the certified mail number, before you put the letter in the mail, you're going to go get the green copy of the certified mail number, and you're going to actually write that number on a copy of the letter and also write it on the original. So what does that mean? That means you have to write the letter on the letter. You have to write the number on the letter before you seal the envelope, and you also have to write down a copy for your records to keep, because you're going to have to reflect back to this letter in the past, in the future. So if they send you a nonsense letter stating that, oh, we're not going to do this for you, or this is not your information, fine. You got certified mail of the date that you sent it, and it's important that you keep that green copy that they give you once you mail it, certified mail, and it's important that you write the number that you need right here. That you write it. So take a pencil, take a copy, and write the letter in. So certified mail number 452354579. Okay, it'll look something like that. So now you got the letter. You put it in the envelope, and you also write that number down on your copy. You keep it. You put the date there, and you keep the green copy and attach it to this letter for your records. Okay, so in the event they send you a bogus letter back saying that they're not going to move on your investigation, then you got proof that you mailed them certified mail information. So then what do? I'm going to move this over here to the side, and then you go down. If they come back with some nonsense, you send out the affidavit of truth and facts. Notice the agent is notice the principal, notice the principal is notice the agent. And all the affidavit is facts about what you've done. So fact 1, on December 27th, I mailed certified letter 707-133, blah, 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 to TransUnion at their address to investigate about unverified debts and my personal credit situation. Now, let's stop right there. Now, where did I get that letter from? The previous copy that I kept for myself, which had the date and the actual certified mail letter number to send out the affidavit of facts, because they're not complying with the remedy that I sent to them in order to get this item removed off my credit report. And I'm saying this because sometimes you're going to have pushback and you're going to think it's the book, but what they're doing is just making sure that you know what you're doing. That's all it is. So it's not the book, but you have to know how to use the book, and that's the purpose of this video. So you send out the letter, you get pushback, then you send out the affidavit of truth and facts with the certified information that you sent from the previous letter, and you mail it to the credit bureaus anytime you have an issue. Put all the information in there. The fact 2, the accounts requested to investigate work. Get them the information about the accounts. Then under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have all your verbiage right here. Plug and play. Very simple. Notice the agents, notice the principal. Now what you want to do is you want to get this information. You want to get all that information. You want to get it all notarized. You want to get it all taken care of. Put your name there, and there it is. Send that letter off, notarized, sealed up, and send it to the correct agencies: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And you know, if you're mailing it to one agency, then you send it to that agency. If they're giving you fee problems, you send it to that agency. And that's pretty much how you use that letter. And when you have problems and kickback. Now, let's go to the notice of conditional acceptance. All right. So what this is, this letter right here, may take a minute, but what this is you're saying, okay, if you say I owe you this money, I conditionally accept your offer. This is when you use this letter. Again, every letter you write down the information, you keep the certified letter information with the number, you keep a copy for yourself. Always staple the green form directly to the letter so you can reflect back to your records. Now, in this case, you have some information about, example here is a capital 1, and then I conditionally accept your offer pending proof of claim. Now, here's the thing. I need a wet ink signed contract. That's my condition. All of your conditions are right here. All right? You provide the proof. Everything is right here in this letter. All you have to do is plug and play. Send that information, directly to them if you want to use this particular letter. If they're saying that you owe a certain amount of money, okay, fine. I'm not running away from my debts. I conditionally accept your offer pending proof of claim. Now, you put all the information is right here. You put your social security number, your name, whatever, and the information about your account numbers regarding what validation it is. You send it directly to the actual creditor or collection agency, and then you send it to the credit bureaus after you've sent it to them. So basically what I'm telling you is that if a collection agency has saying that you owe them money, you can say, fine, I conditionally accept your offer pending proof of claim. You can prove it. Now, me personally, some people like to use this letter. I recommend that you use the 609 debt validation letter when you're dealing with collection agencies. Some people like to use this letter because sometimes they can't verify the debt. But this letter to me is for when you send it directly to the creditors instead of the actual collection agencies, because there's a difference between the actual creditor and the collection agencies. You may have had a possible verified contract with the creditor, but not with the collection agencies. So I've been having great success with the 609 debt validation letter. I encourage you to use that letter. But use this letter if you're dealing with a creditor and you want to deal directly with them and say, well, look, I conditionally accept your offer pending proof of claim that we have a valid contract. And you keep the information, you keep the letter, you keep the copy of the certified copy for yourself with the numbers right up here. And you keep a copy for yourself to show that you mailed that letter trying to settle the matter. Now, if it gets back to the situation and you have nothing going on and you tried everything that you want to do, you sent the 609, you sent the affidavit of truth, and you're not getting anywhere, well, here's what we do. All right, so what we do is we give them a notice of intent to sue. All right, we give them a notice of intent to sue. All right, especially this is great if you're dealing with collection agencies and they're calling you and they're harassing you and they're just harassing you. You know, so you fill out that notice of intent to sue and you send it to them, and you send the information about the debts. You track the dates and the times and every date and time that they called you or harassed you about a collection or debt. Then at that point, you send out the notice of intent to sue because you know what you've done. Previously, you send a request for them to validate the debt. You send a copy of the affidavit of truth, and you also told them that, like, hey, I conditionally accept your offer pending proof of claim. I say harassing you still, so now it's my notice of intent to sue. So you sue them, and you can't be afraid to go all the way, because the person with the best paperwork wins, number one. And you have documented all of your attempts to try to use the documents correctly and communicate with them, but you haven't gotten any resolve. So at that point, you file a claim, and it's okay. You go ahead, you file a claim. You go down to your civil court. It's a civil matter, not criminal, and you file. You actually send them the notice of intent to sue, go down and file a claim, complaint, very simple to do, and you actually put the reason why. You know, and one of the main reasons why you want to file your suit is because you are going to sue because they do not have, you want to sue for proof of a valid contract. And 9 times out of 10, you don't have a valid contract. And that's just the long and short of it. So you sue for that. And because you've already sent a letter to the credit bureaus to validate the debt, you sent the affidavit of truth. And here's one good thing. If an affidavit is not rebutted within 30 days, it stands as true. And you sent a conditional acceptance to accept the offer pending proof of claim, and they didn't give you proof of claim. You sent out your notice of intent to sue. So now you're looking to sue, you file a claim, and you got all of your paperwork, everything, and they can't properly verify the debt, you win your case. Same thing here. We even put some bonuses in there. If you had state taxes and state tax lien, you use these letters. All right? So we even got an enhanced invalidation letter, which is we put it in red because this is like one of the letters that I would recommend you use. And this is one that is notarized, and it's official. You know, you notarize that letter, it's official. You know, there's nothing they can do about that but actually comply. So don't let them ever fool you into thinking that they can bully you by sending you bogus letters. Always keep a copy of your information, all right? And always keep a copy of the dates that you sent it out. Anytime they try some nonsense, send over to them the affidavit of truth or facts. And then document it with the previous letters that you sent out. Send them a conditional acceptance. Hey, if they don't comply, remove, send them a notice of intent to sue, file a claim, you got your paperwork, you win. It's very simple. And here's some a second letter that's pretty much saying the same thing, just a different format that you can use. Some people like one format over the other, but there's another letter that you can use. And let's talk about removing inaccurate information. Now, inaccurate information, you can have them remove all the inaccurate information. Now, one of the things I want to caution you on, well, I want you guys to do is get the credit inquiries removed if you didn't authorize the credit inquiries, because hard inquiries can hurt your credit and hurt your credit scores. So you want to definitely go ahead and use this letter to remove inaccurate information. It can be address information, it can be job information, it can be duplicate accounts, it can be credit inquiries. Really scrub your credit report and check out my video, how to read a credit report, so that you can be well informed. I know I have some notes in here in the book, but it's nothing like looking at an actual credit report and seeing the process from start to finish. So I'm hoping that this quick brief tutorial of how to use Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed helps you with the documents that's in the book. Like I said, you're gonna run through different situations, and that's just part of it. And you're gonna run through those situations, and when you run through those situations, you need to know how to handle it. So I just gave you a step-by-step process of how to handle it, and at times you may have to do it on more than one occasion. But here's the deal. Once you do it, you're going to see fantastic and outstanding and amazing results. I mean, I have various people that are experiencing great results from these tools in this book, and I think that if you go ahead and follow these instructions, Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed will be a great asset to your book collection to help you in the future as well as now. And like I said, you need to take a look at it. Join my email list, get the tips and get the tips and some of the tricks and a lot of free information through my email list, so you understand how to deal with creditors and how to deal with debt collectors, and you learn something. This is a community of people that are tired of being slave to debt. There's no point or no reason to be a slave to any debt. Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed is here to help you. We're giving you a step-by-step process of how to use the book. I really hope this helps you out. One of the questions that came up to me, and before I go, it's like, how do you remove information, pay history off the credit report? Well, that varies. One of the guys sent me a questionnaire of how to remove the credit history. Well, in your conditional acceptance letter, okay, in the conditional acceptance letter, there's a specific clause in there asking the creditors to verify the debt, verify the accounting of the debt from penny to penny based upon the contract. If they cannot verify that and you enforce it, then the creditors have to remove the pay history off the credit report. And that's kind of like what happened with one of my clients, where the pay history was removed because they couldn't verify the actual accounting from penny to penny, nickel to nickel, dime to dime to the T. Not close, but to the direct penny. Therefore, you have to remove it because that's a breach of the contract. So that's pretty much how you get the pay history removed in a nutshell. But you have to be really diligent on using the conditional acceptance offer and looking at all of the conditions in order to get that pay history removed off your credit. So I hope that answers your question. The Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed is the truth. It's not a fake book. It's $47 for the book. And the fact of the matter is that you can go to other companies and pay $59 to $99 a month or more for over 2 years or more. Or you can simply follow the step-by-step procedure in the Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed, and you can get the answers that you need. Any questions, please email us at support@killbackcredit.com. Visit us, our fan page on Facebook at killbackcredit.com. And you can visit us on Twitter at killbackcredit.com. I think that's what we have. Any other questions, feel free to pop us an email. Be more than happy to help you out. Continue the success. And thank you so much, everyone. And you guys have been wonderful. And have a great day.